Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We are heading back into r/AmITheDevil, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. Also, if you guys would like to save 10% on your next order of gamer subs, use code Tommy at checkout, or click the link down below. It'll automatically apply the discount to your transaction, and it helps support the channel. Thank you. Would I be the a-hole if I forced my husband to get rid of his cats? TLDR at the bottom. My husband and I have been together for 5 years, married for about 3.5 of those. When we started having the marriage talks, one of the points of concerns was that his, at the time, single cat, a cat that he had had since he was quite young, that he is very attached to. A cat that he really wanted to bring with him to both our relationship and to our first place together. At the time, I was extremely reluctant to saying yes. I had learned from growing up with a family dog, a Bichon, that I was not a good pet owner, as well as I had negative desires when it comes to taking care of pets. The other prominent reason is that I'm allergic to most animals, especially cats. After discussion, we decided to give it a trial run to see how my allergies fared. If they were okay, or at the very least manageable, the cats could stay. Otherwise, the cats had to stay where he was at the time. We agreed that he would be in the primary caretaker, and I'd help with the basics like food and water. Finally, the cats were never allowed in the bedroom, since if I sleep where the cats and cat hair is present, my asthma gets really bad, watery itchy eyes, itchy throat, etc. Time passes, as we suspect. I acclimated to the cats and my allergies did calm down a bit. Nowadays, it very mildly triggers my asthma at worst. About 2 years ago, we adopted a kitten, mostly to keep our other cats company. Since he was left outside of the bedroom, he'd sit at our door and yell all night, loudly. 2 new problems have reared their head, though. With the passage of time, they only grow in their annoyance and prevalence. Firstly, I have come to realize that I absolutely hate the insane amount of cat hair literally everywhere. I try and stay on the top of cleaning of the hair, emphasis on try, but it is a losing battle. When we do laundry, clothes are still covered in cat hair. I rarely can cook a meal without finding at least a couple of cat hairs in it. I sit at my desk or on the couch for just a moment, and the whole backside of me is covered in hair. It's everywhere, and I cannot express how much I'm growing to utterly despise it. The second problem is that they're conniving, insert your voice or choice of profanity here. No matter how much we try to keep them from doing some things, it seems that they make it their life's mission to do those specific things. As an example, we have to keep basically every door locked, regardless of if I'm in the room or not. Despite that, they still try to get in on the daily. For context, we live in a small apartment where all of the doors loop together. In order to keep them out of the bedroom, we have to lock most of the lockable doors. These cats have always been very special to my husband. They are basically his emotional support animals. When he's having a tough day, his usually go-to is to hug one of the cats for a while. He's purchased the older one himself when he was a kid and raised him. Truthfully, I don't think I could adequately describe how special these cats are to him. My husband and I have talked about this a few times. He is aware that I ultimately hate living with them. Understandably so, he is not at all fond of the idea of getting rid of them. He did for a short time ask to see if any of his friends would be willing to take them. With much reluctancy, no one ended up being able to. Last discussion ended with me stated that we would not be getting him any more cats after the 2 that we have. I'm worried that I'm nearing a breaking point, however. I hate that for us when the cats. I know how much he loves these cats. Hell, I love them too, but I don't know how much longer I can stand living with them. As I see it, the only option remaining to us is to get rid of them. Would I be the a-hole if I forced my husband to get rid of them? TLDR, I'm growing to absolutely hate living with my husband's cats, and I want to get them out of the house. But these cats are very near and dear to my husband, and he doesn't want to get rid of them. Yeah, very much the a-hole, because I can tell you this right now, the cats are here before you, and you know damn well you keep up that attitude and everything of wanting to try to get rid of the cats, they are going to be here after you. I can guarantee you that. I never understood anybody that happens to go into a relationship knowing that this person happens to have a pet, and then for some reason they have the justification in their mind to try and convince their partner to get rid of said pet, regardless of how long the person has had the pet. That's irrelevant. Holy Jesus. Have I driven my wife away, or is it that my wife is overreacting? My wife, 41F, and I, 43M, have known each other for about 20 years, together for 18, married for 11. We met in college and have both paved our way to successful careers, a beautiful house, and 2 amazing young children. We have been incredibly fortunate and have traveled the world and have wonderful experiences. I genuinely believe that, on paper, the outsider's view of our relationship or creations, even our interactions in social situations, would make most folks envious. However, there has always been this one thing that has lurked in our relationship since the early days. Surprise, surprise, it is when I get intoxicated. I think it is important to mention that I do not cause the typical problems. I don't even drive drunk, no DUIs, do not get into fights, never gotten physical with anyone, rarely drink during the week, barely drink at home, and only drink in front of the kids if I am at a neighborhood party or out to eat. My wife also drinks in these same situations, just not at the quantity that she used to. Major curveball, a few years ago, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. She has overcome that, and there has been no reoccurrence. But it certainly has taken effect on both of us, with the greater chance of reoccurrence for the remainder of her life. Not to mention early screenings for the kids now. My thoughts about potentially losing my wife early, etc. We are both very healthy and active people, so it is incredibly frustrating to see this happen to her. Add to that her growing up in the fatherless household with substance bad present. No excuses from my end, but my relationship with alcohol is quintessential drinker. I do not drink often, but I will admit that I have always used it to drain my brain when I do, which has led to me losing a phone a few times or just being wasted. I would say at least once a year that I take it way too far. Never on purpose. It just happens. I do not have a great stopping mechanism, and it has been something that, when it happens, puts us in this terrible dynamic, and where it has piled up over years into this thing that doesn't feel like it can be broken. From my side, I see it as a rare thing that happens, and that I do not do anything different or worse than any person I know, male or female. From her side, it is something where she has begged me to not let happen again, and each time it does, it drives her further away. It has gotten to the point where I can be in trouble even if she is not there, thinking that I was too drunk because I forgot to respond to a text message, or I snored in bed. Other times, when she is present, my eyes are too glassy, or I am slurring my words. When I am tired or I mumble, sober is more so the case. I have given up alcohol for extended periods of time on a few occasions, but I didn't really see any chance in her attitude towards me. I have also taken the attitude of whether I did not drink or drank with no regard, that it does not matter. I have been seeing my therapist, mostly for anxiety, a high-pressure job, etc., but obviously my relationship and alcohol is in there. And that has been helpful in the grand scheme of things. Life, work, kids, marriage, wife's cancer, just FYI. I am also very present and interactive with our kids. I do most of the cooking and the school activities. I do all home repair and renovations myself, and everyone else I know loves being around me. And we have an amazing group of friends. It is literally just this one thing that seems that it completely overshadows everything else that I bring to the table in this marriage, and I just do not understand why. It has put a major rift between us, removed just about all intimacy, and makes me feel completely inadequate. I do not want my wife making this decision because of this one thing that has basically put her back in the place that she grew up in. My advice request is, and obviously it is my side of the story, but am I the a-hole here, or is my wife the one that is not seeing the bigger picture? TLDR, I would like some advice on how to proceed with getting my marriage back on the right track. I do not want to try and convince my wife of something that she does not believe in, but I do believe that she is not seeing the full picture. Please help. So, the whole drinking thing seems to be the main focal point of the negativity that you happen to be describing, and, also kind of weird that you try to say that, yes, other people are jealous of us. I'm gonna say this right now. There is something that your significant other is worried about or anxious about based on past experiences, and it be something that you're not really up for quitting, that doesn't put you in a good light. And as somebody who has had bad experiences in the past, the bad experiences leave a stronger impression than the good experiences, unfortunately. If you don't really want to quit the whole occasional drinking thing, that might actually be a deeper problem. Am I the a-hole for not inviting all students to a barbecue? I, 30F, am a teacher. I have a class with 24 students. I teach first grade. I told my students that we could have a barbecue at a park with hot dogs and hamburgers and snacks for whoever filled their good noodle sticker chart. This has been approved by the principal, and I teach a private school. We have a daily sticker charts to track their behavior in school. They had to have a perfect behavior all of April in order to participate. I have one student who has some behavioral issues. They did not earn all of their good noodle stickers this month, since this student, we'll call Bobby, didn't earn the barbecue. I had let his mother know that just in case he mentioned it, Bobby would join another class for the day and do work inside while his classmates were at the barbecue. She has been sending emails complaining to myself and the principal all week about how her child should also be able to participate, and it is unfair. She thinks that we should make an exception since he has behavioral issues and feels that we would be targeting him. I think that I'm being fair because he did not earn all of his good noodle stickers. So, am I the a-hole? Update. I had a meeting today after school with the parents and the principal. The principal agrees that it would not be fair for the other students to allow Bobby to participate. She expressed that she understands the frustration, but she needs to make it fair for all students and not just Bobby. The father said that he understood and thought that it was a fair assessment if all the other students were able to complete the goal. The mother argued that Bobby's IEP. The principal then reminded her that we follow this IEP as a courtesy, but as a private school, we legally do not have to follow it, and she has a choice to come to this school, but if she would like to unenroll Bobby, then there was a waiting list of students they could contact to take his place. Bobby will still be enrolled in the school and in my class if anyone is wondering. He will not be attending the barbecue. Update number 2. Bobby's mother came back to school yesterday to drop off Bobby's lunch that he forgot at home. She arrived during the children's snack recess. All of the kids were playing freeze tag, a game where once you're tagged, you have to freeze until somebody unfreezes you. I was inside prepping art while the teacher's aide was with them. Bobby's mother came inside absolutely livid, saying that we were forcing her child to stand in one place and not let him move. we explained the game, and she said then the students are cruel for not unfreezing him, but unfreezing everyone else. She was making such a big scene and so loud the principal overheard. Their office is down the hall. His mother was removed from the school grounds, and we had a meeting with his father in the afternoon. The principal let him know that Bobby would need to be unenrolled due to his mother's behavior. He did try to get him to stay until at least the end of the year, but ultimately understood. He also told if Bobby's mother is on the school grounds again, that the police department will be called immediately. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!